Hello and welcome back, fellow Indies. This is Indies on Indie. I'm your host, Patrick Poe, and I'm so glad to be back. It's been a while. What have you been up to? Did you miss me? I missed you. Well, let's catch up. Last time we talked, William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, a feature film I'm in and that I produced, had just been accepted to the KC Film Festival. This was huge for us at IX. We've been making films for over 5 years, and we have never screened at a festival of this scale. The screening went great. We were in a huge theater. Our screening was late at night, though, and we have a film that's over 2.5 hours. So we were a little worried that we wouldn't have a very good turnout. But it was better than I could have ever hoped for. We had so many friends and family, cast and crew come out to see this project. We put so much hard work into it, and it was incredible. Friends flew in. Lolo and I had festival passes, so we saw so many great films and met so many people. It was like we were living the dream. Then the weekend ended, and we were pretty much in the same spot as the week before. It was kind of hard, but you have to keep going. You have to keep working. So that's what we've done. Since then, we've screened another one of our feature films, Mr. Lee, at the Doc Sunback Film Festival, and had a wonderful time there. We won the Audience Choice Award and had just a great old time in Mulvane, Kansas, where the festival's held. We started a writer's room, and we're now releasing sketch comedy, and that's going really well. Our comedy show, Laugh KC, had its 1-year anniversary, and we had auditions for our newest feature film, The Way It Goes. We are working harder than ever before, and it feels great. Talking about working hard, our guest today is Jacob Morgan, a film student at Missouri Western, and one of those guys who is always working. It feels like every film set in town has Jacob Morgan on it. He's also released a couple shorts himself as The Forgotten Studios, and you can check those out on Vimeo. But first, here is me and Jacob Morgan.
No, you're good.
Cool. Yeah. You having a good day though?
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
too bad. It's hot outside now.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Were you awake for the rain?
No, well, kind of. I was like half awake. I hear it outside, but I don't really like.
Cause yeah,
Pay attention to
it
it.
was pouring.
Really?
Yeah, like we have a leak in our house.
Oh, really?
And I know it's raining bad when I get rain in the windowsill,
Mm-hmm.
and we did today, so it was pouring.
Yeah, I sleep really good through storms, so I probably didn't even get any of that at all.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's hot now. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh my god.
Good drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found it okay.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like
No, it wasn't jarring.
okay,
It
good.
didn't throw me
Good.
for a loop. So
I don't know. I always worry that people aren't gonna find it.
thank God for GPS.
Yeah,
Then I probably wouldn't find it.
yeah. You're younger than me, aren't you? By like a bit.
22. Yeah.
22. Yeah. So you didn't have a lot of driving pre cell phones with GPS.
Not really.
No.
Just
Yeah,
around
yeah.
my town, but that's about it. Around Independence, that's about it.
That was like the worst because you
Yeah.
like if you had to go somewhere that you didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
you had to like go to MapQuest. You'd print
And,
the
print it
yeah,
out.
you'd like
Yeah,
print it
yeah.
out and then you'd hope you didn't miss something,
Mm-hmm.
which is like I feel like it's definitely more dangerous to be like trying to read a piece of paper
Right.
and drive than just have my
Mhm.
phone like say it to me.
That's why I'm surprised when a lot of people still use like the big giant maps to cross country, because that's crazy. There's no way I'd
I'd
be so worried about losing where I'm at.
I understand like I don't know, it feels cool. I like
Mhm.
holding the
Yeah, that's
map
true.
and like
Yeah.
the tactile like experience of
Mhm.
a paper map is nice, but like I don't understand it in terms of like using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maps are crazy.
Because I work at Cracker Barrel on the side, and it's just like you get all these old people coming in. They have like they're always asking directions. I'm just like, oh.
Is it like in my head, Cracker Barrel is like the place you go on road trips?
Oh yeah.
Is that the people
Oh,
you
for
get in?
sure.
Is
Yeah.
it just like the road trip people?
Pretty much, yeah. And then you have like your regulars who just like live there.
Really?
Oh
You
yeah,
have, like
we have people come in like 2 or 3 times a day. They're just like older
Why?
people. I
Like,
don't know.
what
It's
is-
just like
There's like the hangout.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like what's the person? Like just like paint me a picture. Paint me a word picture of the Cracker Barrel person.
There's this one older guy that comes in every day. I think he comes in twice a day. He comes in for like lunch and dinner. He might even come in for breakfast because I don't work the entire day, so he might come in for all 3 meals, which is crazy to me because that's so much money to
Yeah.
have to spend every day.
Does he have
But
a-
I guess
is
if
he,
you're
like, retired?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's
He's
probably
got
been
to be
retired
sitting on
for
a good
while.
nest egg though. To
Oh,
like
yeah.
Cracker Barrel every day.
Every day. I've been working there for like a year, and he comes in every day.
Like, what type of person is it? Is it like retirees? Is it like
Yeah,
old
mostly.
white dudes? Is it
It's-
just men? Is it women? Like, what is this?
It's mostly retirees that come in, and
Okay.
like you have your vets that come in. Like we get a lot of veterans come in
Do
from
they,
the
like-
military.
Because doesn't Cracker Barrel have like the games at the table? Or they like, do they play with those? Is that like what they're?
I don't think so.
No,
Not
they're
really.
just there for the food.
They're just there for the food. I guess it's just like the atmosphere because we have like all the old style stuff is like totally our thing. That's our like
Yeah.
game. Because we'll have like out there we'll have in the retail, that's where I work as like the retail side. So we'll have like all the old candy that was made in like the 50s and 60s kind of stuff. And,
So they're,
people
like-
love that.
It
like,
feels like,
nostalgia.
going home
Yeah.
and like having your mom cook for you.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
you're like 60 years old.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's exactly what it is.
Cool,
And
great.
it, like even the food is perfect for that too. It's very like old style American
Yeah,
food,
it's like-
country fried steak and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like
That's like
yeah.
all I can think of when I think Cracker Barrel. I'm like country fried steak, cornbread, chili.
Yep.
Like those are
that's pretty much the staple.
Gravy.
You define
Like, I don't even know
Cracker
what-
Barrel right there. Country fried steak and chili. That's
And
Cracker
cornbread.
Barrel. And cornbread. Can't forget the cornbread.
That's like the most
No,
important.
people get
thing.
mad if you forget the cornbread. Don't forget the cornbread.
Is it like free with the meal?
Certain meals it comes with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the biscuits though. Biscuits are my jam.
It's all about cornbread.
I don't know.
It's a cornbread world.
I've never
you're-
been a cornbread guy.
Oh man. What are you working on right now?
Nothing too much. I know I'm on the 48-hour film competition for Kansas City for IFCKC
Oh,
this
nice.
weekend for Baron Michael Redman.
Sweet, you're part of his team.
Yeah, I'm part of his
Nice.
team. And then
Do you know what you're doing yet?
I have no idea.
Like you just like random
Yeah,
grip?
I'm just I'll probably grip, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I threw my name. I think he has a couple people thinking about writing. And I threw my name in the hat to see if he wants me to help write or not.
Oh, nice.
But he's keeping it like a really small team for writing, which is smart.
Makes
'cause-
sense.
Yeah, because I did it for Cinemortis last year, and we had 10 to 12 people on the writing team.
All
and it was
12
just
of you
like-
were there trying to write
and it
one
was just
thing.
like, and we all realized like halfway through, like, oh, this is a terrible idea because we're all throwing out ideas. It took us like 5 hours to write something,
Oh god.
and it's like we need to get rolling. But
Yeah.
luckily, we had the nicest of people. We got into a bowling alley at like 2:00 in the morning, and she like the owner like stayed there for us
What?
while we filmed.
That's incredible.
Yeah, like last second, we just called up and be like, "Hey, can we film here?" They're like, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll stay for you guys or whatever." And it took us like 3 hours, and we just filmed in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was insane.
I'm sure that footage looks awesome.
Oh, I love it. Have you seen it?
No, what is it?
It's called I'm blanking on it right now. I'll have to.
Is it on the
pull it up for you.
Cinemortis?
Yeah, I think
page?
so. I think it should be. And I think I even have a copy of it too. So if you ever
nice.
want, it worked out really well. Like we won a couple. We won like best cinematography, best visual effects, and best actress for it.
Nice.
Sarah McGuire.
Yeah,
got best actress
Sarah
for it.
McGuire
Of course she
won
did.
for best actress.
Yeah,
and then
she's fantastic.
Baron did your visual effects, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I remember
worked
all
out
those
really well.
awards going out, but I never got to see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you'll have to check it out. It actually turned out really well for something we can do in just
something
48
you did in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that competition. It's one of the small incentives.
How many times have you done it?
Well, even at Missouri Western State University, at the school I go to, we even have a 48-hour competition. I
Oh,
do
do
that
you?
every year. So I've probably done it 4 times.
Wow. So
I've
you're like
done
a
it,
pro.
Yeah, I love it. I love doing it. I've done it actually 3 times. So I've done it 3 times. I've done the Kansas City one once, and I'm going to do it again this weekend. And then I did Missouri Western one twice.
Wow.
But I like it. I love like just how fast moving everybody has to be for it. And I like writing, just like writing on the spot too. Like I love being able to do that because I've been one of the writers on all 3 of them, I think. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done a 48-hour film in 5 years.
Really?
I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 6 years at least
Yeah.
now. That's like how me and Lolo got together. Actually, it was a 48-hour film.
Oh, really?
But like since that one, we haven't done another.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, it's fun. The experience is very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know like what to do with it after you've made.
Yeah, there's not a whole
Like,
lot.
yeah. You got like a short film that's like it's usually pretty good,
Mhm.
but like, it's not like polished enough to
Yeah.
be like a festival
Exactly,
piece.
yeah.
And like, so the experience is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The like what you get after it besides the experience is like,
Mhm.
meh, I don't know what
Yeah,
to do. I don't know what to do
because you
with
can't
that.
really like take it to festivals or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can clean it. I'm sure you could clean it up a little bit, but it's nothing to be like fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you can only make something so great in 48 hours.
Yeah, but
But
they're cool to see what people can make in
yeah,
48
exactly.
hours.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
love seeing that too.
yeah, it's like a testament of like
Mm-hmm.
ingenuity, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
did Believe go?
Believe it went pretty good. It was pretty hectic at first because we went down to Caw Point down in Kansas City, which it is
Never heard of it.
It is gorgeous. It
Really?
is one of my favorite places in Kansas City to go to.
And like, is it in like the main city area or like?
It's like right off the river, so it's across the river from the skyline.
Is it where that statue is? Is there?
Kind of, yeah. There's
Okay.
there's like a little thing at the very edge of the point. It's like one of the trails, I think, one of the Lewis and Clark trails right off the.
Yes.
It's
There's
one
like
of
a Lewis and Clark statue right over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like there's like you walk down when you get up from the parking lot, and there's an outside theater sitting there, which is pretty cool in its own, like just having an outside theater like that. But if you keep walking, you go onto this point, and it's just like, it is gorgeous because you see the entire Kansas City skyline over the river.
Is that what your profile picture is right now? Your cover photo on Facebook?
Yes. Yeah. That's the shot.
That's a gorgeous shot.
Oh, I love it. It looks so perfect. And at night, it's the best because you have all the lights from the city going off the river and things like that. But yeah, we shot right. He shot there for Captives before, for a scene in Captives. And I've shot there for one of my horror film that I made. We did a little bit there. But he just went back there, and we went up at a different little spot on Caw Point, and we shot there for Believe.
So they're pretty like accepting of filmmakers.
Oh yeah, the guy, he's like, apparently when he was the guy that owns it, when he was younger, he was apparently like a championship like swimmer, and he'll go into the Missouri River every now and again and like swim it sometimes.
Okay.
And he's like, I think he's his high 60s or almost 70, and he's like the nicest guy. He just came out during the Captive shoot. He came out and was talking to us and just telling us all these stories and stuff.
Episode 4 where Andy's at the like river edge?
Yeah, where he finds all the things that showing Dante got like pulled out of the river and dragged away. Yeah, that's where we shot it. I know, man. I love it. Just the skyline is the best.
Yeah, and just the footage of Andy is just gorgeous.
Oh, I love Andy.
Man,
he did a great job too for
in Believe.
Yeah, him and Dylan did a great job
to
bouncing off each other. Yeah, I think because this was last Friday, so I think Baron already has like a cut of it.
Rough?
A rough cut.
Nice.
So I'm interested to see what it'll look like.
I'm really excited.
Because we had some lighting issues there because we couldn't find a lot of places to plug in.
Yeah.
Which is the worst thing. But we made do. We figured it out somehow. We got everything going.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good thing. I think he's thinking about taking it to festivals and things like that. So that's awesome.
He should.
Yeah.
I mean, like Choice has done pretty good at festivals.
Choice was fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't get to work on that one, but
I mean, like he just did that, like him and like a couple people on one weekend. Like they just like put it together and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's
really
kind of how this one turned out too. Just like a real quick thing, and we filmed it in one night.
That's awesome.
Because the next day I think it was supposed to rain all day or something like that. So we just chunked it out.
Let's just do it through. Let's go through it.
He's just like, let's just do it. Let's go.
That's
Like from
awesome.
5 to 11, we were just like done. We did it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
Just like, and because of Andy and Dylan, just chunking through it and popping out all the good performances that they do, I think it'll turn out really good. I'm excited to see what it turns out to be.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's absolutely great. What's up with Cinemortis right now? What are they doing?
I don't know. I know Cameron's helping on
on
Wretch.
Cameron's. Oh.
No, because Pitched fell through.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, unfortunately. I was so excited because, man, that cast was fantastic. all the comedians in the area.
Comics.
Yeah, it would have been just the table read I was there for. It was like
hilarious. Yeah.
I'm like, these people have the best chemistry
What
together.
happened with it? Do you...
I think just scheduling issues because we had like a 12-person cast or something like that to try to finagle in this month. I think the month of August, and I just don't think they would be able to figure it out.
That sucks.
But hopefully it'll get picked up again, and they'll decide to do it because the script was good. Like Cameron did a good job with the script, and I'm interested to see if we can pick it up again.
Yeah,
but I think. But he's working on. I'm trying to think.
So is
Matt's-
Cinemortis pretty much just like Cameron Cox at this point? Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I know because Tom is kind of doing. I think he's just trying to finish school, kind
Yeah.
of like I am right now. And then Luke is going to school, so I think it's just kind of like. And then Jacob, I think Jacob's finally coming back.
Okay.
I think him and Cameron are working together. They might be. I don't know exactly what they're doing right now. I haven't talked to Cameron for a little bit, but. I
So
know-
you're no longer really like super involved
with Cinemortis?
with Cinemortis.
Not entirely, no.
Yeah.
Anytime they ask me for a project, I'll be there. I mean,
Yeah.
any kind of project for anybody, I'll be there. But yeah, I just think they're just trying to figure everything out because he's working on Wretch.
What's
I don't know.
Wretch? I haven't heard of that.
It's Matt. I'm trying to remember his name. The same guy who does the First Friday Film
Matt
Festival.
Donahue?
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's his
yeah.
film. I think it's a feature length film that he's doing.
Oh yeah.
It's a horror film.
Yeah, I heard of that.
And Kimberly Igla is going to be on it, and she's fantastic because she was in my thesis film, and she did such a great job.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
watched
God,
it.
I loved her in that. When she auditioned for it, I'm like, you are perfect.
Yeah.
Because she fit the character, like she made that character what it was.
Those are,
and
like,
she was so
The best moments is when you're
Yes.
like in auditions and you see a person, you're like, yep, that's
yeah.
what I had
I
in my
knew
head.
the moment that she popped up and she was reading it. I'm like, you are perfect for
Yeah.
this. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you made
Those are
that
the-
too easy.
Those are the happiest moments as
Yeah,
a director.
exactly,
is you're
yeah.
like, yeah, I don't have to like, I'm not gonna have to work hard on that one.
Yeah,
Like,
I was all giddy and stuff during the audition. I'm just like, oh my god, she's
Yeah.
perfect. Yes. Instant callback. You're mine. You're
Yeah.
gonna be it. But yeah, oh my god, she did such a great job on that thesis. She like definitely took it her own way and made it her own, and I loved that she was able to do that.
It's awesome.
She took the direction, everything well, and for shooting it in 2 days, kind of.
Did you really?
Yeah, we shot in 2 days
Wow.
at the Buffalo Room, and they were really nice about it. We just popped in and popped out and got it done. Short, very small crew. It was just me and Baron, and Cameron was there for a little bit because he was my producer for it.
Yeah.
And Frank Wyatt helped on the last day
Awesome.
and did some grip work. But yeah, it was a pretty small crew, but we were able to chunk it out, get some extras in there that we were able to do. And
Looks good. Yeah.
yeah, it came out really well. I was really worried about it at first because I'm just like, ooh, maybe I won't be able to do this the way I wanted to. But at the end of it, I look back and I'm just like, yes, this is
That's
with
what
what
you had-
with what we could do.
Yeah.
This turned out really well.
That's
I'm
awesome.
really really happy with it.
So is that your third one then? Because you got the 3 on your page.
Yeah, this was
Were they
like
done-
my third like big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was what would be was it like Tables of Flipped, then In Sickness and Health, and then Take a Hint? Is that
Mhm.
the kind of order of your
Yep.
projects?
Yeah, they're all coming from my school projects essentially.
Yeah.
Take a Hint was the most recent one. That was my thesis. That was the big one. And then In Sickness and Health was a lot of fun. I loved doing that. And I definitely want to
That
try to
one
do
was
horror again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like really impressive.
Oh yeah, and oh man, the crew again. Just the crew was so great. It was a lot of Cinemortis that helped me
Was
with
it?
that. Yeah, like Jacob Barrett and Cameron.
Who did
and-
the like? Because so on that you wrote and directed it, right? Who was your DP for that?
My DP was Tom for a little bit, and then I had I think I had Tom Leonhardt for one day, and I had Luke Millard for another day. And Luke they both did fantastic. I think Tom was mainly the cam op,
Yeah.
but Luke was the DP, and he did the coloring and everything. I'm like, you are making this fantastic. You're taking my vision and pushing it so much farther than I thought I could do.
That's awesome.
And they did such a great job with that too. And Raven Reed, my main actress, she was doing a great job because even throughout it, you can tell if you look really closely, her eyes are super dilated, extremely dilated because her contacts were bothering her.
Oh,
she
man.
had one super dilated eye and one that wasn't. And I'm like, I'm trying to get you trying to get through this quickly so your eyes aren't bothering you so bad, but it also looks really cool for this horror film. I
like the effect it's giving.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of gives a really good effect of okay, she's stuck in this dream loop.
Yeah.
It turns out being real in the end. That was kind of the twist, I guess, in the end. But
It was really well shot.
thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
I was really impressed with that one.
yeah, I definitely horror is the genre I really want to try to chunk into because that was one of the most fun sets I've ever been on. Everyone was such good morale on set, and everybody
Yeah.
was so happy. And putting all that makeup on Thomas Godding, who's he actually went to LA for a little bit, but he's back, I think, in Kansas City. But he's been an actor around here. I think he's trying to get more gigs and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, man, I'd love for you
So
to
like
be in that monster.
that's kind of like your genre.
I kind of want it to be. I want to try to. My goal for like being in school was to try out every genre. So I did like comedy was.
Take a hint.
Yeah, and then Take a Hint was kind of like a romantic comedy, and then I had horror with
In Sickness,
and Health,
Yeah.
and then comedy kind of for comedy drama.
Yeah.
I don't really know where to put that one in a genre.
It's like a dark comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the first one, and it's just kind of like I kind of want to just test my waters and see what I like the most. And so far, horror is like my favorite one that I've done. I loved every bit about it.
Same with like writing. Is that mostly what you write? Is a lot of horror?
Yeah. I even have a couple ideas for a couple horror films that I want to do that I'm probably gonna do when I get done with this and try to jot down and figure out stuff for it. But yeah, horror, even like some drama and stuff like that. I like for some reason I've been recently the past couple years I've been really into like the darker style films.
Yeah.
Because just having that gritty nature to them brings out like a lot of like acting prowess and things like that. I've started watching True Detective. I've actually not watched it before.
Checked it out yet. Like
it's fantastic.
That's what everyone says.
Matthew McConaughey is. I never knew he could like push his boundaries to that length, and Woody Harrelson too.
I mean,
like,
did you see him in Dallas Buyers Club?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I've heard great
man.
things though. And
It's
Gold's supposed to be
incredible.
really good too. I haven't
Yeah,
seen Gold.
yeah.
But yeah, he's good in that. I'm
He's
actually really surprised.
He's
by how good
really
it is.
like come into his own these past couple of
Mhm,
years. He's
mhm.
taken on some incredible projects.
Mhm. Except for The Dark Tower. I've not heard good things about that.
Have you
one,
seen it?
but-
Are you a Stephen King guy?
Yeah, kind of. I've read a few of his books. I read like Cujo when I was younger, and It, of course, which the new It looks really good. I'm super excited for it. Horror film as well.
So you like? Is that what you go see as well? You like to go see horror?
Oh,
films?
anytime I could see a horror film, I'll go see a horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Which is really ironic because when I was younger, I hated horror films. Oh my goodness, I would like hide away from horror films if my parents were watching them.
What's
I would
the
run
what's,
away.
what's the appeal to you? Just out of curiosity, like what brings you into a horror film?
A lot of them, like my favorite, probably my most recent favorite is The Conjuring, just because my big thing with movies that I love them so much is the emotions that they can bring. And The Conjuring or any horror movie in general just brings out the fear in people. And I've seen a lot of movies in.
Do you mean like just out of curiosity? Are you talking like in the actors or in like the people in the room?
in the audience? Yeah.
Cool. So you're interested in the like the emotional response of the audience.
Yes. Oh, I love
Okay.
that. Yeah, that's one of my like favorite things about films is that
Yeah.
it's, like it can bring out emotions in the audience that that's why I like making films. That's one of the big things that pushes me to make films. It's just like because you can bring out these emotions in people that are so great to get from like seeing people
Yeah.
watch movies.
It's like in horror films, you like that it can bring out that fear.
Yeah, it brings out like a lot of thoughts and ideas that people usually don't bring to the front, because usually people aren't scared of like ghosts and things like that in normal everyday occurrences. But when you watch that, you're like, okay, this is actually a fear then that I have. Like this brings it out in them. And even when you leave the theater and you're just like, oh, okay, I didn't know I felt that way about certain things. And it's kind of an interesting take on seeing a horror film. You just like you get all these ideas going through you. But yeah, like, and then just I love being scared, like just like jumping and stuff like that. It's such a good, it's such a satisfying
that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, exactly. The adrenaline rush is such like a good, satisfying feeling to have. Because I've seen so many horror movies in the theaters recently, and just the atmosphere of all the people in the room, just like everyone's just like really like quiet and on edge. Same goes for like even action films too. Like I saw Dunkirk recently.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing, by the way. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it
Oh
yet.
my goodness. I saw it in IMAX.
So you saw the IMAX
I didn't
4K or
Yeah, oh yeah. And
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
not the 75 millimeter.
Not the
though?
75. I wish I
Okay.
had. I've heard great things about how
Yeah.
great it looks. It looks fantastic either way. But just like the rattling and the shaking of your seats, it like got me so into the film and gets me like focused on the film.
Yeah.
It was
So
such a
you like
great
that like
experience.
silence that a
Mhm.
theater can take.
Oh,
That
yeah.
like heaviness you can feel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and horror movies can definitely do that. Like they can, and some of the plot lines are so interesting to me too, because like a lot of things deal with like religion and what it and like exorcisms and that's always been like a really interesting topic for me the past like 5 or 6 since like high school for
Are
some
you
reason.
religious? Just out of curiosity.
I am not. I
No?
think that's kind of why it's so interesting to me to think like kind of step into somebody else's shoes and see like what they feel like the religious ideas.
So
when
you
it
weren't
comes
you
to,
weren't
like,
brought up with any like religion of any
no,
sorts?
when I was not really. I never really went to church or anything like that. Like I had family that went to church and I'd go with them sometimes, but I've never been a real religious guy. So
Yeah.
a lot of horror movies delve on that fear of the
So
of
it's
the
more of an
unknown and
aspect
the
that you don't
religious.
like have in your life.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You kind of like see it in horror
Yeah,
films.
I see it from other people's eyes, and it's like a really interesting thing to have, to see like how other people feel about certain entities and things like that. So watching horror films is like, oh, okay, this is kind of how people feel about it, and it's such an interesting thing to look at.
So do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know if I do or not. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's definitely times where there's like a bump in the night. I'm like, what is that? I'm not okay with what just happened, but I don't know.
But you're like, that's mostly just probably from watching a lot of horror
Yeah,
films.
exactly. Oh, yeah, probably. I've been influenced like crazy, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to start making. I just need to start making. I want to start making more films in general.
Yeah.
But I'm about to graduate, so that'll give me more free time. I'm
You
sure.
graduate this fall?
Yeah, I do. I graduate this
awesome.
December. I'm almost done. I'll have my bachelor's.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a long road, 4.5 years, and
why you went Missouri Western, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Why
Mhm.
Missouri Western?
Because it's one of the only film schools around here in Missouri. It's very hard to find a lot of film schools in Missouri. Because I know UMKC had it for a little bit, but they dropped their program, which is very sad because that's where I was gonna go. And then Kansas City Art Institute, I've heard mixed feelings about it, and with it, now being taken down.
They're
like that.
closing. Yeah.
I wasn't really sure to go there, but being a Missouri Western, it's very indie in its own, which makes it so great because it's such a small community.
It's up in
there.
St. Joe, right?
Yeah, it's up in
Yeah.
St. Joseph. Yeah, it's such a small community of filmmakers, and I think that's what makes it so great. And it's kind of like a tiny Kansas City up in St. Joe, because Kansas City is such a small community of filmmakers too. So having that at a school is great because you get a lot of great minds that aren't afraid to do crazy things. And I've worked on a lot of small projects with people up there, like a lot of student films, and their ideas are so wild to me, but when we put them in action, I'm just like, wow, this actually turned out really great. I've done like a few music videos and stuff like that have just turned out really awesome. And then you just, you get all these friends and things like that you work with in film, and you just realize like all these people rub off on you and give you these ideas and push you to be better. And that's one thing really great about that school is all the people, all the professors and things like that will just like, they've pushed me really far to do things. Like before, I wouldn't even thought of doing anything in the theater side.
Oh, really?
And the past like year and a half, I've dabbled in theater, and I've just fallen in love with that too, that side of the art spectrum.
Yeah, tech theater, right?
Oh yeah. I do. I've done lighting design a few times, and I've done some stage management. Tech things, I definitely can't act. I'm not an actor. I'll direct. That's the farthest acting I will go, is like telling other actors to do what to do. But yeah, I've started delving into theater, and it's just like, it's a different art style. It definitely goes hand in hand with film for sure.
Yeah.
They definitely use a lot of the same aspects, like
Were
the
you
lighting
like,
design, stuff like that.
Were you ever a theater kid, like in high school or like when you were younger? No.
Never. That's why I'm so like
So
shocked that this is like a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
And it's I love it. It's so great. Just like all the personalities that go with it is awesome. And because in high school I was just a broadcasting guy. That was my thing. That's what kind of got me into film.
Okay, so you're like one of the, like the journalist guys.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I did broadcasting. Hated the journalism side of it.
Okay.
That's why I was like, film.
It's got to be like art film.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I loved like the camera work of it, and I loved doing all that kind of stuff. I loved like finding angles for certain things and doing crazy camera work. And my teacher was like, you know what, you're a great camera guy, but you need to work on your journalism skills.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't want to work my journalism skills.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go to school for that. I'm just gonna stick with film.
So did you were you always interested in film, or was it built out of that journalism?
I think it was kind of built out of that broadcasting.
Yeah.
Because I rose through the ranks at my high school and became the station manager of my broadcasting thing, and we won a couple awards and things like that. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm decent at this. I can keep going with this. You know, this isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
And then I went to community college. I went to MCC Blue River, and that's where I met Cameron Cox. Actually,
okay.
We met in an acting class, and he was doing a bunch of film things and like that. I'm like, hey, that's kind of what I want to do. It's like, hey.
How do I do that?
Can I jump into this? Can this be a thing? And I helped him shoot a few things, really, really small things back in the day. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. That's wild to think about now, but
yeah.
We shot like really small things back then before even Cinemortis was an idea. And he was just working with all those people. Just like, yeah, this is totally something I could do. This is something I could totally fall in love with. And then I went to Missouri Western and started actually studying it. And I got on Captive's crew where I met Barron. And he's such a great person to have on set because as a director, a lot of people won't like help teach people while they're on set.
He has a wonderful learning set.
He does.
Honestly.
It's an amazing set to learn on.
Yeah.
For a lot of people because I've probably learned most of what I know now being on Barron's set. And I thank him so much for that because he's been such a great help with me the past like couple years filming things like that. But Captives was like definitely a learning experience. I learned so much on that set, and that's like where I learned to be a grip and helping him out, and it's been Captives. I wish I could keep going because it was such a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
and to get to know all these people and get all these contacts and things like that. But yeah, Barron's a great guy. He taught me everything that I could learn being on set because in school you can only learn so much from books and things like that. But being on an actual set, you have like being in this industry.
Yeah, have you been enjoying like my thing? So like I didn't go to film school, but I have seen a lot of people, both film school people and people that know nothing, come onto sets, and I feel like usually the film school people, the only difference is they think they know what they're doing, but they've never touched most equipment.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've learned a lot in film school? Like, what have you gotten out of it?
I have learned like very technical things. Like this most recent year, I've learned. I was in a cinematography class, and that was something I'd never really delved in before. I've done a lot of lighting and things like that. Like I've done the lighting side, but I've never messed with the camera side. So I definitely learned a lot from that. Like
just like the technical workings of a camera.
The depth of field and all that. I got to learn a lot of that from my Professor Hansen. But
you've been enjoying school.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of great things about school. It's more the experience for me than anything. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely have learned more on like being on sets.
Yeah,
for sure, I have. But I've also gained a lot of contacts through school too.
True.
There's a lot of people that I know that can help me, later in life, and you get a lot of those like college experiences, like being with friends and things like that.
Yeah.
Because once I got up there, I didn't even have to take any like
gen eds.
Yeah.
Because you've done community college.
I had to take like Spanish, but that's about it.
Do you speak Spanish?
Not really well.
No.
I've taken 3 semesters of it and I still haven't learned a whole lot. It's a sad thing, but
that's how I feel too. Like I took Spanish in like grade school. Like my school did it in like 3rd grade, 4th grade, and like 8th grade. I don't know any Spanish.
Yeah.
None. Like I'm now doing like a phone app to try to learn Spanish.
You're using Duolingo?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm not learning still. I just don't think I can. I don't know if I have the
It's-
brain for it. I don't know if I have
it's
the brain
definitely
to
one of
learn.
those. I know a lot of people say that you have to learn it when you're younger, and you have to stick with it when you're younger. Because
Yeah.
once you get older, it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder to learn language. Yeah.
And I've definitely hit that wall, because at that point I'm just like, I feel like I'm not learning anything anymore. Like I'll see certain things like on films and things like that when they're talking. I'm just like, okay, I kind of get that. But when people are talking near me and around me, I'm just like, I have no idea what you're saying right now. You were talking way too fast.
Yeah. That's the thing, is the speed is
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah. My brother-in-law is Hispanic, and his whole family speaks Spanish
Mm-hmm.
fluently, and when they're together, that's their main language.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I could sit in a room with them and just be like, nope, I'm not going to hear any of this. I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to understand it. I'll maybe pick out 2 words, probably incorrectly. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's exactly how I am. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know, like the
Blue.
letters.
You said
Yeah,
blue.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
Number 4. Got
Yeah,
it. Awesome.
Got it. It's perfect.
I can really add to this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not much I can do at this point. I'm just kind of like nod your head. Just
Yeah.
like, I know exactly what you're saying. Banyo? Yeah, I know that's a bathroom. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I know there's a huge debate in the film industry when it comes to like going from film school to not going to film school.
Yeah.
And a lot of directors say no, there's no point, you just because
I think the thing that I've seen
it's a hard mix.
Is that, yeah, just like you said, the benefit of film school is you often get a lot more connections to work immediately in the industry.
Yeah.
That's
the biggest thing
that's
going into it.
Exactly.
For me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it helps you get professional work quicker.
Yeah.
The other way is like what I'm doing, where you just have to like make stuff constantly and hope eventually something is seen by someone that likes
doing
it.
a lot of indie work and stuff like that, which is also great because you do meet a lot of people through that too. I've met 90% of the people that I know around here because through indie stuff.
Through just being on one person's set.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
To another set.
Yeah. Just bouncing
I feel like
around
you're
so
on
much.
every set I've
I
ever
try to
like,
be. Like
you do a great job at that.
Yeah. Anytime anybody's like, hey, I need somebody, I'm like, I'll be there. I've got you. You just need a PA, I'll be there.
That's
you need
it.
a DP? Sure, I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely tried to learn everything I can while being on sets. Like I try to do everything. Recently I was on a fully professional set for a Minsky's commercial shoot around here.
Oh, nice.
And it made me realize like, wow, I still have a long way to go because I was working with professionals who've been doing it for like 30 or 40 years. And I'm just like, wow, I still have a lot to learn. And I learned so much just being on that set alone too. So I'm like, okay, that's the downside of film school is that you're not on, you're not
on
sets.
set every day.
Yeah, you're not on sets all the time. And being on set is such a valuable experience to have. But then again, in film school, I would never have even attempted to do theater stuff either. So I wouldn't have learned anything to do with lighting design. I wouldn't have learned to do like stage management. I wouldn't know any part of that art. So there's definitely benefits and there's definitely a lot of downfalls. So it's definitely up to whoever wants to do it.
It seems like you're doing a good job of balancing it though.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to be on set like summers. I'm try to be on set as much as I can be so I can get that experience. And I go to school and I study what I just learned.
And even like during the school year, you seem to be pretty
you
make yourselves pretty available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like St. Joe isn't far.
No, it's not. It's it's an hour from Kansas City, so I'm always like, yeah, I can drive down for the day and help you guys film. That's fine. I'm not doing anything. It's like, sure, I love doing it. It's one of those things. You get the passion for it. You just can't stop.
Yeah,
you just want to do it all the time.
So do you live up in St. Joe during school year?
I do. Yep.
Is there do they have campus housing or do you have like an apartment? Or?
Yeah, they have. I live in the dorms up there.
Yeah.
While I'm on campus, this past semester, it was like an apartment style dorm. So I had the kitchen and everything. We all had our separate rooms, and that was like I got spoiled with that. I'm like, oh my god, this is what it's actually like to live like a human being. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do from now on.
This is not like living like cattle.
Exactly.
Like in a normal
We're
dorm.
not, like
two to
feet
a stall.
from the person next to me. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's definitely. I definitely got the college experience, and I think that's a big thing.
Something you really wanted.
Yeah. I met a lot of people through it, and a lot of people, made a lot of memories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's always really important when it comes to that. A
And
lot
normally
of people pushing me to do better.
You're in Independence, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's your home base.
That's my home base.
Yeah. Did you grow up there?
Yep. I've lived the same house my entire life. Actually.
Oh wow.
I haven't moved yet. So
that's what I did. Like this where you're sitting right now is my first like domicile besides my parents' home and college. Like yeah. Do you like an Independence? Is that like your plan to stay there or are you gonna
I plan to live in more of the Kansas City area and just kind of work in the Kansas City area and get better at my craft, and wherever I get my foot in the door is where I'm going to go. I don't have, luckily I'm at that stage in my life where I don't have any huge tie downs, to kind of keep me in this area. I'm willing to kind of go wherever I need to go to further my career. If I have to go to Vancouver, I'll go to Vancouver. If I have to go to, if I have to go to LA, try to avoid that right now, but
you're not a fan of LA?
It's such a black hole right now. It really is. It's so sad because I know a lot of people have gone out there and just get stuck. They can't really do a whole lot.
I think part of that is like, if you go to LA, you've got to make sure those first couple months you're working. You've got to be, if you're an actor, you've got to be auditioning like daily. You've got to find yourself an agent. You've got to do it immediately, because if you're like, well, I'm going to go there, I'm going to get my home base, I'm going to kind of set myself up. By the time you're set up, you're not going to have time.
You've already been lost in the system.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's really important to like make sure you have like your foot in the door somewhere before you go out there, because if you just go out there on the thought that you're going to, start working right away, especially in LA,
especially if you have no job offer right now, like,
it's not worth going out there for,
like I used to have that idea, like, oh, I'll just like move to LA eventually. But like right now I've decided I'm going to stay in this market until a different market invites me.
Exactly. That's
because like if I just go there, like I have no connections. I have no like reason to be there.
Yep.
Here I've got a support system. I've got people that are trying to help. I've got crew members like you that can like come on to set. But like if I move to Chicago, if I move to New York, if I move to LA, if I move to Vancouver,
you have to build a whole new.
I have to find all those people all over again. I've got to find an actor base. It's insane.
Yeah, and luckily Kansas City's growing slowly. It's taken a little bit, and it still has a long
way to go.
But it is, the past couple of years it has been growing, which is great, which is such a nice thing to see that the arts.
I think people
community
expect it to grow quicker than it is.
Yeah,
and then it's going to. People are like, "Oh, we did this like one thing, that means we've done it." No, it's going to be years, and it's going to be a million little steps, just like a career. That's what's going to happen with the city. Yeah, it's not going to be tomorrow we're a film city. Like tomorrow we're not going to be Chicago. But maybe a couple of years from now, if we keep building, if we keep doing these things, maybe we'll be Chicago by then.
Well, yeah, because the same thing happened with Atlanta. Like Atlanta was dead for the longest time. In the past like 10 years, it's grown so much that it's huge now.
It is the film city.
Yeah,
like,
which is crazy to think. Like Atlanta, why Atlanta?
Because it's cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what matters.
Those tax breaks.
It's a business. Yep. Like at the heart of it, it's a business. Like it's an art form.
But
it's a business.
But it's raveled in a business.
Yeah,
of course.
Like it's an art form, but you've got to make money to do it, or people aren't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like
same as is it Amsterdam, right? Or what's the big one in Canada right now? That like boomed, and like everybody films there now. They film there just as much as they do in LA. I'm trying to think what it's called. What city it is?
Because it's not Vancouver. Is it Vancouver?
Is it? It might be Vancouver.
Because like where like the CW shoots all their stuff.
Yeah.
In Vancouver.
In Vancouver, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's the city's like grown so much that, and it's like you can match it with a lot of cities in the USA.
Yeah. I mean,
they shoot it for Chicago all the time.
All of Supernatural is shot in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a huge show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's been shot there for 13 seasons now. And like there are seasons where they're like, "Oh, we're in LA." No, you're in Vancouver.
Yeah, you're in Vancouver.
Like,
yeah.
But it works.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's small town America. You're in Vancouver, but it works.
It looks exactly how you want it to look. And it's cheaper to film there.
And like audiences will buy it.
Yeah.
Audiences will buy almost anything.
Oh, yeah, of course.
If you tell them that you're there, they're going to believe you're there.
Yeah, if you put enough makeup on it, it looks exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, like this was made years ago. You probably don't remember it. You know the comedy Mad Money with, I think, Queen Latifah and a couple other...
Oh, kind of. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a bank heist film. It takes place in Kansas City. It was all shot in Atlanta.
Really?
The whole movie. Not a single shot
was in Kansas City.
Was in Kansas City.
Wow.
But it's in Atlanta. They're in Atlanta the whole time. They say Kansas City, though, and you're just like, all right, cool, you're in Kansas City. That's what Kansas City looks like. Yeah. You just believe it. You just buy it.
Yep. kind of like I just finished Ozark on
Yeah.
Netflix. Have you watched that?
I haven't watched it yet, but
It
that's
takes,
all Atlanta.
yeah, and it takes place in the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, and it's just like that doesn't seem right at all. Who films
Does
in
it
Missouri?
feel a little off, or
No, they actually do a really good job with it, like making it seem like they're on the Lake of the Ozarks.
that's awesome?
Great show, by the way. Fantastic show.
That's
If you like Breaking
everyone's
Bad,
been saying.
if you like Breaking Bad, it's very that style.
Okay.
But like Jason Bateman does an amazing job. He directed that show too, which
Wait,
kind of
didn't he
like
produce it even?
I think so.
That's
I think
another cat.
yeah, I was like, what's that noise up
Yeah,
there?
we've got 4 of them.
Yeah,
we have a
just
lot.
just chilling up there.
That's his spot.
I don't blame him.
That's Dick Grayson. So you met
Nice.
Bruce Wayne. That was Dick
Yeah,
Grayson.
Dick Grayson,
Yeah.
Batman. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if you definitely like Breaking Bad or any style like that, it's very dark when it comes to that. But Ozark's fantastic. Jason Bateman does such an amazing job with that show. I'm excited to see what they keep on doing with it.
Because it's not just like a one-off series. It's gonna continue.
Oh yeah, it'll continue for sure. They left it open enough where I hope it'll continue. At
Awesome.
least.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
It's been getting beautiful press.
As well as it deserves. Yeah, for sure. And same as like Gone Girl was supposed to be in Lake Girardeau or Camp Girardeau, Missouri.
I mean, it was around.
Some
Missouri.
of it was shot there, but like 90% of it wasn't.
Yeah, they had like 10% of like establishing shots.
Mhm.
And that was it.
It's like, hey, this is the city. That's it.
Yeah.
I love when they say that. Like, hey, look, it was shot here. It's like, were the actors even there for that?
Yeah.
Like, or did they was just like camera B team out there filming? You know.
Probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
it's crazy how much of that they do nowadays. Like where the actors aren't even there anymore.
Mhm.
It's insane.
Yeah, like 90% of things are green screened anymore.
Well, like, have you heard of the new Justice League?
Mm-mm.
The guy playing Steppenwolf, the main villain, he was never on set with another actor.
Really?
Ever.
Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
That's a weird choice.
He was
Okay.
never on set with, like, he was never on set with Ben Affleck, with any of them.
He was just with the directors and crew. That was it.
on a green screen.
Wow.
In a completely mauve suit.
That doesn't surprise me. You can tell by that movie is. I'm excited for it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a CGI fest.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
from the trailer, you can tell. Like, did they shoot anywhere but the green screen room, but
No.
the studio?
No,
Oh my goodness.
not at all.
No.
But yeah. So what's your plan after graduation? Is it just work around here then?
Yeah, I might try to get on at Starlight Theater and do some
Oh,
theater
yeah.
stuff there. I kind of want to like delve into that a little bit more and see if I can't work there. You know, if I'm interning as a lighting designer or just like working backstage or something like that. That'd be great because then I'd meet a lot of people that way too. Because so many
They have touring productions.
yeah, so many groups go through there. See if I can't like meet someone and be like, hey, I know some film people out in wherever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of want to work there for a little bit until I get an actual like video production job around here because those are
Cool.
really hard to get right now, just because it's such a small industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm gonna try to work there for a little bit, get a video production job, and just see wherever that gets my foot in the door out somewhere, and that's where I'll go.
What kind of like production are you looking for? Like, what's your thing?
I kind of want to avoid commercial work if I can. But again, with how small of an industry it is around here, it's
And
gonna be hard to get
that's
away
the
from
kind
that.
of industry it is. here
Yeah.
in Kansas
Oh,
City.
yeah. It's definitely hugely commercial.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of a good thing because that means more people will come out here with
Yeah.
it being commercial. But I'll end up probably working commercial for a little while, and then hopefully if I can get my name in like a film, something, try to definitely do a lot of indie films around here.
Yeah.
Maybe step up the ladder, see if I can't just get to know more and more people and just see where it takes me. Like I said, I'm not really like rooted down here right now, so it just kind of wherever the world takes me is where I'm gonna go. So
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna stay in my career field though. I
Yeah.
don't see me escaping from the film world anytime soon.
Yeah.
I love it too much to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like, are you an editor? Do you consider yourself a cameraman? Do you consider yourself? Are you is the goal to direct? What's the goal?
My recent goal is just gonna be like gripping because
Yeah.
that's what I'm best at, and that's
So like right now, goal is to work.
yeah, it's
But
just
like,
to work
what's
like a
what's
grip and
success?
PA. Success, I want to direct and write for
Yeah.
sure. I love directing, like my thesis and my horror film. Like I loved it. I love just directing the actors and seeing my written thing come to life. It's such a nice feeling, and I'm sure you guys know that feeling too. It's such a
Yes.
great feeling to watch it like build in front of you.
It's
And
incredible to see it on set, and then it's even cooler when you've like edited it and you're like, holy crap, like that thing I
made
wrote,
it.
and like
Yeah.
I made this thing.
exists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's such a great feeling, and I definitely want to try to direct and write for sure. Wherever that, if that's out in LA or if that's Atlanta or New York, or because I'm willing, I'll even do TV.
Yeah.
If as long as I'm, like the show enough and like whatever I've written
Yeah.
becomes big enough, I'd love to do TV too. You just find the right kind of story that you want to do and go with it. But yeah, that's the dream goal is
Nice.
direct and write for sure.
Yeah. So are you going to be working on some short films here in town of your own, or some features of your own? Or
I'm gonna try.
you're gonna try?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I said, I'm gonna start. I'm telling myself to start writing more and try to get more things created.
Yeah.
But for right now, I'm just kind of helping with other people's sets and things like that until I finish school. And once I finish school, my goal is just film as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like make everything that I've written, come out into real life, and even the big ones if I have to, if it takes me a little bit to make it, it takes me a little bit to make it.
Sounds like a good goal.
Yeah. Just create
create
as much as I can.
As much as create kind of a body of work to show like what you're doing, what you can do. That's awesome.
That's my initial goal, essentially.
Cool.
Yep.
How'd you get to host the First Friday Film Festival? How did that happen? Are you like
it kind of came out of nowhere, and I was I think it was right before I was about to go to school. Or it was right when I came back, right when I left school, because it was.
Have you just done it the
May.
one time, or?
Yeah, I've just done it the one time so far. But
did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah?
It was a lot of fun to do. It's such a great event that Matt has going on right now.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And a lot of people showed up. And I was really excited by that. I think we had like 50 or 60 people show up.
That's
which
awesome.
was crazy. Yeah. But Cameron was supposed to do it. Matt had to go out of town or had to work or something like that at his other job. And Cameron's like, hey, I can't do this either because I have something else going on. Would you mind doing it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great thing, just kind of.
It's a wonderful festival.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
I'm always out there to, do as much as I can to get my name out there. So I'm just like, of course. Yeah. I'd love to do that. And, that was when Barron's film Choice was getting shown there too. So I'm just like, hey, I even know some films in this. Like this would be a great event to do. Like, sure. And I love doing it. Like Matt ran me through it and told me everything to do. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Like,
cool.
This is a cool event to do. And if he asks me back, I'll do it for sure. Like I had a lot of fun. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you submitting any of your shorts anywhere, or are they're on Vimeo for people to watch?
Yeah, they're mainly just on Vimeo to watch.
Yeah.
I was thinking take a hint for a little bit, but I just decided to throw it up and let people watch it. Just let people experience it. But the next couple ones that I have in mind right now, I definitely want to take to film festivals and things like that.
That's
I can.
Awesome.
Just try to put all my effort into them and make them the best I can, and start sending them out because I haven't actually sent any to a film festival yet. But that is definitely something I want to do. I've done like the Griffin Film Festival for my school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've won a few things here and there, but
nice.
But yeah, I definitely want to push it further and get some like Outlaw or like bunch of Kansas City film festivals and some in Kansas and stuff like that would be great.
There are a bunch of them. There's
a lot around here right now, which is kind of surprising. I didn't think there'd be that many, but definitely the next couple films I make, I'm going to try to push them into a festival, see if I can't get something going.
Seems like you've got a plan.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep things going. A plan is the best thing to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. All right, that was Jacob Morgan, one of the hardest working crew members in the Kansas City area. If you need crew, hit this young man up. And if you want to view his short films, check out The Forgotten Studios on Vimeo. Thanks for listening. I'm so glad to be back with Indies on Indie, brought to you by IX Productions. If you liked this, be sure to like IX on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are releasing tons of great new content. Also, now that Indies is back, starting next Wednesday, we will be back to a regular schedule. of Wednesday being the day Indies on Indie comes out. But instead of the old every other week, we're going to be bringing these to you every week, so you're welcome. And talking about next Wednesday, our guest is one of the founders of the KC Comedy Festival. This is the second year of the festival, and it runs the 10th through the 16th, with a kickoff party on the 10th, and then live comedy every night of the week. He's also a stand-up comic himself, and you may have seen him performing all around the Midwest. So be sure to listen in Wednesday to me and Bryce Stanley.